that, and you can see now these are possible trades I would have go if I would be trading this week. So you can see here Monday, it was as usual watching day, went up and it's created a little pennant. You see this would have been a trade for me. So not very big movement, but still probably about, yeah, you see about 50 pips. So I probably would come out with at least 30 pips from that trade. So next you can see this is what we're waiting for. Went down, it has a slow down here, and again placing the trades. These peak levels, you can see this when it's a very narrow channel. You know, I like the channels up to about 10 pips distance inside, maybe slightly a little bit more, but I prefer not bigger. You see it's only about well 11 14 pips, so which is very nice, and placing the trades both directions from those levels, at least 20 pips above and 20 pips below. So, and as you can see, for example, 20 pips below there would be no trade, and 20 pips above would take me into this trade. You can see it is about another 50 pips, so probably would come out with about at least 30 pips profit on that trade. So before the news event, you can see this is what happened. I warned you in the previous video that there will be news for American dollar and also European news. So this is what the market kind of prepared for. It's a little bit wider though, so I prefer more narrow like this, but this is a bit wider, and here it is. Well, it depends, possibly going for trades from, of course, using that big level, and you have at least 130 pips, so at least 100 pips out of this would have been possible to get out. So, and well, you can see the other way, no movements other way, so it would have been just cancelled. You know, the second order, if it wasn't triggered and the market moves the right direction, you in a little profit, you can move this stop in a safe position, then I cancel the pending order the opposite direction. That's how I trade. Okay, and so what now? You see the market moved in euro favor, so good news for euro again. And let's see on the bigger picture. So previously we had this little possible downtrend channel. You can see this is where it's broke. We had like a little triangle, but it's created two bottoms, two tops, but the third top it started to create went up and went down and didn't continue. So we have no model of the triangle anymore and no downtrend. So we're removing this level. So you see now we're changing our view. So I change my view on it, and to see, okay, we have a continuation of the uptrend, right? So at this moment, of course, it stopped, and for a trade, I would just wait for any consolidation around this area, and you can see again how in the middle between these two levels it stopped. So I would place a trade, the orders again both directions. Just look for any of similar consolidations. You see any pennant, any channel, so anything you look for here. So that's how I would look at it. So the next thing we have to look at is, I just want to remind you, if you've been watching my videos previously a while ago, so what is happening, where is it going? That's probably the question is, and is it going to turn around, or when is it going to turn around? So here's what we had many months ago, where I was telling you, look at this area. You see this area is looking about the same as this area. I pointed it out many weeks ago in one of the videos. So we had some similar situation when the market went down and it's created double bottom, and then it went up, jumped up, and then it dropped. Okay, so this is something similar happening now. So I was telling that it could be the same possible scenario, maybe exactly not the same, right, but roughly could be similar, plus minus, a little bit high, a little bit lower. So we had a drop the same. You can see it's about the same level, a bit high here, a little bit lower here, but at the same level at the bottom here. You can see, and we have something similar, well, like a triple bottom, but possibly double bottom too, right? And it's tried to move exactly the same as it did before. You can see that. So this is my next level. So you see that level where I would be possibly expecting euro dollar move, right, to get to that level, and possibly then afterwards to expect something similar to this, right? So it could possibly happen, who knows? So but this is what I see the picture for the next months, let's say. So that's how I see it. Possibly it will continue. At the same time, you can see right here we have the bodies of the previous movement. The bodies are all around here, and also we have a little bit of now the wings, it touches the wings of the other movement, the bottom of the previous that drop. So possibly it could be a stopping point around here, but right now we see that it still goes, all the news goes in euro favor. So there is a possibility of the continuation still to reach that level. So it's possible. So just wanted to point it out. Why is it happening? So we were expecting it before. So because yes, it's been walking, going up for a very long time now. You can see no any good corrections. So maybe it's still not a time for it. You see, so it still has room to go to that level. So possibly, you see, it stays in that channel for a while and moves for a few months, reaching that level, and then possibly we will be looking at turning point, a good turning point. So that's how we see. But it's for looking a little bit ahead a month, so like a little bit rough at the picture, what to expect from here. Why is it continue going? So because we saw previous history, it does look like the same conditions on the market, kind of compared to, I have no idea what was happening back those days, but the picture technically this is what it shows. But as I'm saying, for the smaller trades, on the smaller charts, we're just waiting for any consolidation around here and then just go for any trades, even if it might go down for a smaller correction, of course, or continue the way up. So this is my view of euro dollar, so for this coming week. Okay, now we're going to pound dollar. Let's see what we had possible trades here. You see, this is a very wide channel again. So this is what would be the breaking point. You do remember this was the last week. It's already from the last week when it's broke around here, where I said to you, for example, for me, that would have been a bit early to get in. I would have just waited because it was Friday, there was no news. So I would wait for a little bit longer. And just exactly as expected, it was sitting around here a little bit on Monday, went up, come back. So nothing unusual. It's normal movements, very predictable. And it's broke on Tuesday. Once again at level, this is where I would go for trades. So even though if you would have been here, you would have been floating a little bit, but when you're in the channels like this, what I'm saying, you have your stops above the level. So you would have your stop somewhere around here if you protect yourself with stops. So that's why, for example, in here it would have been perfect. It wouldn't trigger your stop loss, and then you just continue wherever you could get to this level, which is what do we have? About, you see, about even 100 pips, but let's be honest, it wouldn't be 100, so it would be about 90 pips. So in total would be at least 50 pips profit you could get out of this movement. Okay, so and afterwards, well, pound did have a little bit of movement on the news event, so had a bit of reaction, but not fantastic. So I probably wouldn't go for the trades around here before the news event in here, because it was more, you saw preparation for euro dollar. So for pound, well, depends. I mean, even so, it would have been still a bit of the positive, because it's moved about, well, 60 pips. So but for me, it's not, wouldn't be very good. I don't see anything good preparation, let's say, for the news event. Well, it's not too bad. I mean, it's kind of a bit of consolidated, but a bit moving up. And okay, so for the next week, again, same again, just waiting for any consolidation around this area again, for anything it would create, and then go for both direction. I think it's going to be bank holiday for England this week. I'm not sure, so that's why Monday might be very slow. But as I'm saying, Monday usually is a watching day anyway, so I would be looking for any consolidation around here. And again, in both directions, we have one level above and one level below. Let's see in a bigger picture. It is still both in the uptrend channel, but being slowing down by this huge downtrend channel. So it still sits around this area, didn't come out, so possibly will be here until there is something else coming out. Well, of course, don't forget, next week there will be news again, and especially it's going to be non-farm payrolls. But don't forget about of course, any news for pound. Just watch it and see what is happening. Just like nothing unusual, everything all goes the same. So just waiting for any consolidation around this area. That's it. Okay, and next going to Australian dollar. Here is well, okay, let's go to the bigger picture. This is a daily view. We had a bit shoulder, we had a head, and possible shoulder. So kind of shoulder now is a little bit stretched, but still I'm using those levels, and you can see it sits around here. And the possible trade for this week would be, for example, for me, if I would wanted to go for a trade, is the first that level we had previously, because this is one of the shoulder levels and it's quite close to it. And you see Monday, it started to create a little bit of slowing down around this area. You see this is like a cross, and this is where I would be looking for going for the trade. So again, this is a Tuesday, preparations a bit, kind of double signal that possibly could break out around this area, and this is exactly what it did. And it wouldn't be a very huge movement. Of course, you would expect it to go to the neck area, but we're protecting if the stops for me, for example, I probably would only come out with just this trade. It would have been just 30 pips, so it would be about 10 pips for me. So from that, only 30 pips. I wouldn't probably go and risk it up until the end to the neck area. So that's how I would work with. So I don't like to risk too much, just go for small profits. And especially, again, no major news for Australian dollar. I'm expecting on Friday the American news. You can see, well, it was very quiet, let's say, quite flat, and it's very wide. So as I'm saying, it's kind of prepared for me, not as much. So I probably wouldn't go for again for the news event trade. But if even if you would go, for example, and it's still it's about to see 40, 50 pips, so not very big movement. So still could have been profitable though, but not very nice. I like more is again narrower channels before the news event. So it's nothing was here. It went up a little bit before the news, up and down, and then we just had a bit of the movement. So pretty much flat. So for this week, what I would have again wait for it for what trades I would possibly would go. So it would be going to this level, create any consolidation around this area, and then placing the orders again both directions up and down, because we do have next level up there. And also if it will go down again around to this area, so possibly, right? Then for any consolidation around this level, and also again creating and placing orders both direction up and down. So we do have enough again enough spaces between the levels. You see it's about 8 pips, so plus minus depends of, well, about whatever, some pips you can, it's still possible to make some profits inside that channel if it will, for example, will not move too far, and still you have now about 100 pips go to the next level, and probably about the same go to this level. So about to see 100. Yes, we have about between 80 to 100 pips around this area. So that's why I would have just wait for nice clear consolidations around those levels. So that's it. That's how easy with Australian dollar. That's how I would work with. And of course, don't forget about again the news, very important news again on Friday for American dollar. Non-farm payroll is important news, but need to see how the market would prepare again. For example, you see for this week it wasn't prepared. Didn't prepare very well for this news this week. Okay, dollar yen. So here for me, for example, would be no trades. I wouldn't go for anything. That's the week, and I don't see anything for me. So dollar yen would have been out for me. You can see it sits still in this area between those two levels. It started to create something like double bottom on Monday, but it didn't. It wasn't very fantastic, very close to those levels, so nothing really appealing, to be honest. So I would have just not go for it. And if we go on the bigger picture, we had also daily picture. Remember I was saying to you, we have one bottom, and now it's kind of like was starting to create the second bottom. It got a bit messy in here, so this is what I didn't like. It started to get messy in here, so not very nice. Didn't turn around nicely around. So it still kind of does look like possibly maybe it will be double bottom, and just waiting for again any consolidations. So what I would wait in this case, consolidations around this level and consolidation around this level. Anything in between, I wouldn't go for it. So that's my personal opinion. So personal view, I wouldn't go for it. So it could be possibly, yes, like trying to, you went up, you could draw some level in here, wait for it to break. Then when that come out, you can like go for this trade. It's not very stable to trade like this, so I don't really like it as much, because we also don't have much of the trend at this point. It's like quite flat in this area between those two levels. It's pretty flat. So that's what I'm saying, just would wait for going to one of the null level. I wouldn't go for anything else around it. So because there is nothing at this point. Again, possibly it's waiting for the news at the end of this week, possibly. So, and of course, don't forget if there will be any news for yen. I'm not sure if there are any major news for yen, but major news for dollar coming again. Okay, so that's my view on dollar yen, dollar CAD. Okay, dollar CAD had, okay, so here we are, where we left it last week. Remember, I didn't draw those levels before. So it was empty. So we had it, let's just go in 1 hour chart to get a better view. So we had just this movement, and this is what I told you, for waiting for what happens afterwards, right? So what is it going to do? For example, you see, this is how I draw my trend levels. So that was a little bit too wide, and then it started to get narrowing down, and it was impossible to draw because it had 2 tops here, 2 bottoms there, and they were not very nice to draw, because it could possibly be something like that, or it could possibly be something like that. So see, something like this. So that's what I was saying. I'm not sure what the market will take into the count. Will it take those 2 tops, or will it take those 3 even bottoms? So waiting for market to move, and then you see on Tuesday, so Monday was nothing, on Tuesday went up a little bit, went down and started to go up. So this was another bottom where it actually gave me an idea that I probably would want to draw it this way. So, and that's how I did it. So I draw it that way, and of course after its creation started to move up, the next would be okay, the top level first would be, of course, thinking, where is it going to take that top, but we also have that little top, right? So roughly, again, with the tops, not exactly sure 100%, so possibly using that top a little bit, because we do have, this is very narrow and this is very narrow, so expecting this could be possibly quite narrow movement. So this is how I would be drawing it a little bit. Well, okay, bear in mind, maybe slightly high, just to see next, right? When it started to break out from one point, you will move it to the next point. That's what I'm saying. It was very not very clear with this movement. That's why I'm saying with this position, you need to wait a little bit longer to see what is happening. So when it started to move like this, first, right, let's just go back to here. This is where you draw that level. So when it's starting to see when it's going up, because it's started to downtrend channel, and downtrend channels, how you trade, you wait for it. It went down, when you wait for correction, and this is where you go for trader, expecting it to go down, right? So this is how it works in the downtrend channel. But of course, don't forget, I usually still place the both directions, because you never know when it's going to break. So that would be the breaking point. See, this would be the level. Okay, drawing it to see wherever it will go around this level and will break it at any point. And then that would be possibly the next one to see if it will start to break this. I wouldn't probably place, you see, in this case, knowing that it's going down first, then on a bigger chart, as you remember, we have another confirmation, not confirmation, like a little signal that it's a double bottom, possibly it creates a double bottom. So I do expect, first point, I do expect it to go down anyway. Second point, it also was a double top around here. So it's, again, I'm thinking it's going down. So because of that, the more option would be for going down and sell order, right? Instead of having buy and sell orders. Because of these stops, that's why you have to be careful, and then you would have to think, will you want to place it a little bit lower like this? Would you want to go for possible orders for the uptrend, for the going up, the buy order, or just go for sell orders? Because of those stops, every time you think it will break, it might be stopped by the next stop. This is just a little bit explanation how I think when I do go for trades. So this would be the trade for this week. A sell order, and quite good movement. It did move about, you see, about 100 pips. Well, again, wouldn't get all 100 pips because the news event. So I would protect probably myself and would be out with this movement. You see this good up movement. So possibly about, well, if it's the movement about 60, 70 pips, so probably about 50 pips would come out from this trade. So, and now you can see what is it doing. So I'll probably leave it like this now. And we have a very close, it got to this level now. So, expecting And again, you see for the news event, it didn't prepare very nice. It was just moving down, and well, that was the news event. So I wouldn't probably go for the trade anyway. So protection yourself, and let's say, and hope it will continue way down. But well, we would have get out. So again, on the bigger chart, remember again double bottom possibly. So I would wait for it to go a little bit further down here. Maybe it will break a little bit down and then have a consolidation. So this is what I would have been waiting for. And the first thing again, expecting it to turn around, right? Because if it is double bottom, then I would expect it to turn around. But it could be not very good news for American dollar again. So then, of course, there is always a possibility it will continue the way down. That's why it would be here, closer to here, would be definitely both directions orders again, once again. So that's with dollar CAD. That's how I see it. And I think there are some news for Canadians, so just check out the calendar. Okay, we're going to Euro Pound, and here the possible trades. 1 hour chart. This is what I was saying to you when we had all of these movements. I showed you last week possible little trades here, little bit trades here, but they're not very fantastic. I was telling you about. So what I would look better is that this is what would be perfect for me. You see, it goes from 1 day, 2nd day, and the 3rd day. It's right on top of one of the important levels. It's very close to it, and it has a very good creation. You can say, well, wherever it's like looks like a pennant or maybe like a little channel. Doesn't matter, but this is a very good example. And very close, you see, to the next level. So it's all between quite important major levels. Go on the daily chart, so you can see. Let's go on the weekly chart, so you can see where it's coming from. You see that tops. You probably have to go in the monthly chart to see it. You see, we have one top and now top, and that's a very important level. And that blue lines are coming from also another important levels. You see, it's we still had it going up. It's created like a flag and continue go up. This is what I was telling you about in previous videos. So it all shows that it should still continue going up. But right here, it was a good possibility to turning and go in any directions. Either continue the way up with a good movement. That's I was saying to you, here was a little bit too early because it was really far from that level. It had the room to go to that level, but you see how market wasn't sure, and it just slowly was continue way up and no turning around. But I would have placed both orders both directions in here, because anything could happen. It could have turned around here. It would have been a good turnaround point because of that level. But no, it went up, had a very good move. You can see here it's about, well, 50 pips, well, 40, 50 pips. So probably about 30 pips profit could have been made around here. Then it slowed down around this area, possibly again expecting that maybe it would be a little flat again and continue the way up. At the same time, you see it could go down. Here would be not very big movement. I think it's about, you see, it's about 30 pips. So probably here would come out with just 10 pips profit. So it wasn't very fantastic one. So it's still, it's not making huge moves. It makes good moves, but not huge moves. And with the news event, I wouldn't go for the trade because for me, again, it didn't prepare it as well. But it's continued because the yield going up. You see, this is what has happened. So what now? And again, as usual, it went up quite nicely, waiting for any consolidation around here just to see if it will have a nice consolidation. I can expect again it would be maybe slow, not huge, like what, about 50 pips, about 30 pips, so it could possibly be the same again. Good moves, about 50, maybe 50 pips. Yeah, so would you go and risk it? Possibly, because it could turn around at any time. And then maybe you wouldn't want to move, lose a good trade, so possibly a turning point. Right, so let's just see again on the weekly chart. Okay, let's go on the monthly chart and see what do we have here. You see, there is plenty of room, so now it's not, well, it still can possibly turn around and still possibly create this double top, right? And turn around. At this moment, it's nothing in here to stop it. We have a little bit wings in here, so that's why I don't want to really draw anything to see where it could be stopped. It can continue anywhere at that point. You see, the uptrend could continue wherever it wants to go. Of course, if it will go on high and high, this would be the top, right, or the top of the top. But at this moment, it still didn't go too far. I have quite a lot of things in here. See, it's the one candle broke it, like, right, on a bigger charts you see, is it breaking or not? So it's broke at this point, but there is no next candle. So if the next candle would be above that level, then I would think it probably might continue and finally reach that level. But at this moment, it's still here, so it still can turn around. It can. So it all depends what the news are going to be for euro. Okay, and for pound, of course. So that's why possibly just waiting for any consolidation, go for those small trades just like here, but for something something really nice. Okay, so Monday again we'll be just watching day to see if it will create anything good and possibly will give a possibility for going for trades. Otherwise, just to see if it will move straight away, then go back to this area again and wait for any consolidation around this area again, and both direction trades orders. Okay, that's it, euro pound. And now we're going to gold. Okay, with gold, again, it's a 4-hour chart as expected. You see, I was telling you previous video that I was expecting it to sit around this area before the news. And that's exactly what happened. There are no big movements before the news event, but look at this, it's not fantastic. It's like very bad movement. It's like nothing really at the news event. It's a big chart. Let's go to the smaller one. So even though the market prepared very well, it was so messy. So probably gold, possibly I would probably go for trade. So to be honest, I would be in the losing trade here, in the losing trade, definitely, because you see how messy it was. This is what I don't like when the news events come out like this. It went, so we had news about 2 o'clock. I probably wouldn't catch that candle. Well, except I do have with my strategies, if the movement happened before the news, I usually wouldn't go for the news event trade. So that happened before the news event because there was some other news for dollar before the major news event come out, and so it's affected it. So it went jump up and jump down, but usually I go for trade just few, like 5 minutes before the news event. This is what was about 30 minutes before. So with gold, as I'm saying, I'm not concerned about how correctly to trade it, but if I would go with my usual trade strategy, I probably wouldn't go for trade. But at the same time, seeing how nicely it's prepared, you can see it's kind of created a very narrowing, whatever looks like a triangle, pennant, wherever you want to see, but it is. So you would expect it's breaking either that way or that way. So I would probably take a loss on that movement down. So because I placed the both orders anyway, even though the gold is going up, which I was telling you about the previous videos again, I would still place the both directions because it can turn around. So the first trade would have been lost, but second trade I probably would have been in the trade, so I wouldn't come out just yet. I would have just sit in the floating. So either plus minus, depends where I would be, or negative floating or break even floating, let's say. So, and I would possibly keep the trade. It depends how to trade the gold, and keep it open, for example, not to close it and expect it to continue still try to reach this level, right? So I would probably would still consider that. But there will be news again for dollar this week, right? So for America, and so what I would expect now, for example, I'm gonna move this level to that level, right? So to see that it is possibly going flat, right? So this is what can happen with these triangles. I'm telling you, triangles, pennants, it just can come out not the way you want it, but come out into the flat, so into the channel. So I can see it's possibly will sit in here, so it might go down a bit, it might come up again. So that's why I will probably not come out from the trade just yet, to see if it will give, for example, the option for the next coming news to come out with the profit. But at the same time, again, I would place the orders, again, both directions, just in case it will go down. Of course, with gold, I can see there is a risk of trading it like without the stops, for example, or bigger stop, because it can make such big movements without recoveries, retracements, corrections. It just can continue way up. So I'm saying it depends how you trade and how big the stops you're placing. So if it's this is a very wide one, so you place quite big stops, right, above and below it. So that's why I'm saying I would expect maybe a little bit floating around this, and to see how it prepares for the news event. So just that's how I would go with gold. Okay, so, and again, I'm still leaving that level. It still sits around this area, and so it's possibly, you see, it's stopping it from falling. Okay, so possibly sit around here, and then if I would be in that buy trade and hope, of course, it will still continue its way, and of course it's bad news for American dollar, I would see it still reaching that level, right? That's what I was talking about in previous videos. So if not, of course, then it's all the way down to at least to the next one of the other levels around here. So that's how I would look at gold. A little bit a lot to say, but this is how I would come out if I would be in that trade. Just to tell you how I would think and what I would plan. My plans would be to do. Okay. So now going to pound yen. So this is have a daily view. Okay, so this is where we are. You can see we still have this double top and movement continued. Didn't reach a little bit, just a little bit here. Started to have possibly correction, quite possibly. Okay, let's go to 1 hour chart. And okay, so where I would go in a trade, for example, you can see this would be around here. Important level, it's still in a downtrend. It's continued the way down. You see I didn't move the levels. You can see how it's prepared around here. This would be the buy order from that level and sell order from this level. So it would be probably a little bit nervous first, a little bit in a floating, minus floating, but then move down. This is where would have been a profit from that movement. So about 120 pips, about at least 100, easy 180 pips at least from that movement. And unfortunately, see, you would expect it, for example, I would have been thinking it should continue at least to reach that level, but it didn't. You see, it turned around. As I'm saying, it can turn around at any point. So that's why protect yourself with the trailing stops, break-even stops, close half positions, leave half positions open, because unexpected turnaround, that's it. Nothing was expected that it would be turning around, but it did. You see here. Okay, and so now, what to see here? Well, again, pound yen. Any news for pound? Any news for yen? You see, American news don't influence it. There is nothing happened on Friday with American news, so it's news for pound yen. Well, possibly if it continues the way down, would expect, of course, maybe slowly it will have a bit of recovery. Maybe on Monday opening would be very slow. If it is a bank holiday, I'm not sure. I think it is. So it would be maybe a little bit slow around this area. Possibly maybe it slowly will continue, have a little bit of consolidation. Depends. Well, it wasn't big here, but now it's broke this level, so I would wait now for longer. For example, I wouldn't draw it here personally like that. You see, I wouldn't draw it personally here because it's broke and went inside. So like something similar to here. So I would wait for something like this. Just a little bit more movement, something like that. So I would wait for a little bit movements around here before I can draw anything. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to draw it right now because it could be a bit lower. It could be even high. Depends how slow it will be moving. So, but again, just waiting for it, wherever it will create, and just placing the orders both directions. Possibly, well, maybe it's like a little shoulder, could be a little head, maybe it will be a little shoulder, it might move a little bit like this, like that area, so it could create something like this, but maybe around this level again, and then finally will break and continue here, which is again, as I'm saying, would be room for both directions, either could go up or either could go down to any of those levels. So, and then just wait for come to any of those levels and create any consolidation around those levels and place the orders again both directions. So that's how I see the pairs for this coming week, guys. If you think the video was useful, don't forget to like it, subscribe it, and I see you next week. Happy trading. Bye, everyone.